Hey guys, it's Rachel, and today we are making these adorable mini Pokemon donuts. These are so cute, you guys, and even if you're tired of hearing about Pokemon Go, which I know a lot of you guys probably are, these are still so cute, and it's not even really about like Pokemon Go, it's just, I don't know, just like Pokemon are cute, so why not make some donuts out of them? And if these look familiar to you guys, it's because I made versions of the little Pikachu ones over on the Tastemade Facebook page, and I'll have that video linked down below if you want to check it out, but I made a little version of those guys, and then I thought, why not just make a whole bunch of Pokemon? So we have got all of my favorites here today, and you know what, today I'm really feeling the Pokemon that are the easiest to recreate. So today we are working on those guys, but they are all super cute, and in all honesty I just didn't want this to be super hard for you guys to recreate at home, so that's why we've gone with these simple ones today. My favorite one of these is probably Clefairy. I love how Clefairy looks, it's just so cute. It's got little eye parentheses or whatever they are. They're adorable, and if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so because I post 2 new videos every week. And without further ado, let's get started. To get started on your donut batter, you'll want 1 stick of softened butter. Then go ahead and add in a ½ cup of sugar, and then just cream that until it gets really nice and light and fluffy. Now you want to add in 2 eggs and just crack these in one at a time. So add in your first egg and mix them in. And then you want to add in your second egg as well. It's also a good idea to make sure that these are room temperature, just to make sure everything blends in really well. Now we're going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and just mix that in too. Now let's work on our dry ingredients. You'll want 1½ cups of flour, along with 2½ teaspoons of baking powder, and then add in a ¼ teaspoon of salt, almost forgot that, and then just give that all a whisk. Once that's all nice and combined, go ahead and grab your wet ingredients, and you want to add half of the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients, and just mix it all together. Don't forget to scrape down the sides of the bowl as well, just to make sure everything gets incorporated. Then you want to add in a ½ cup of milk, and just mix that in. This recipe is really easy. I make these donuts all the time, and I like that it makes kind of a small batch, which is perfect for making mini donuts. Next up, add in the rest of your dry ingredients and just mix it all through. I also like to switch over to using a spatula just so I don't overmix my batter. And then we're just going to transfer this to a large pastry bag, and a Ziploc bag would work here too. This makes it much easier to fill our donut pan, otherwise you gotta like scoop it in and it gets everywhere and it's kind of a mess, so just use a pastry bag. And now you're gonna need your donut maker. I know this means they're not real donuts per se because they're not like yeasted or deep fried or anything, but they're shaped like donuts, they're cute like donuts, so we're just gonna call them donuts today. Anyways though, you're just gonna bake off your donuts for about 3 minutes or so, although it really depends on your own donut maker. And just continue until you've baked off all of the little mini donuts. To add ears into these, you just want to take an almond and then grab the sharper end of the almond and just kind of poke that into the donut. Then flip your almond around, dip it into some candy coating, and stick it into the donut. Ta-da! Very cute. Alright, now to repeat for your other almond as well. And since this is going to be our Pikachu donut, we're just going to dip it into the yellow candy coating, then shake off the excess. And then you're just going to shake the donut to get it nice and smooth. I know this is kind of a weird technique to just kind of like give Pikachu a little earthquake simulation, but honestly it really does work and it gets it super nice and smooth. See? Perfect. Alright, now set that aside. And the other style of donut you're going to make today is just the plain dip, and since this is our Poliwag donut, you also want to add a little white candy melt in the center. And speaking of extra decorations, Jigglypuff has a little puff on his head, I guess, and you're going to add that with a little pink sprinkle. Then just repeat that with a whole bunch of colors for all the Pokemon you want to make. Now that we have all of the colors dipped, we're going to go ahead and start to decorate now. I'm just using some more candy melts for this, and then for Jigglypuff, I'm just going to take some black candy melts and create that kind of little triangle ear part. I don't know, you know what I'm talking about. Next up, we're going to add on the eyes with some white candy melts. Be generous with the amount of candy coating here, because Jigglypuff has nice big eyes. Then add in some blue in the center of the eyeball for the iris. And then before that sets, take a white sprinkle and just place that in the center. Now take some black candy melts and add a little smile. And now our Jigglypuff is looking pretty darn adorable. Next up, let's make Oddish. For Oddish's hair or plant, question mark, you're just going to take 3 teardrop shapes of green fondant and stick them together. And then just place that on the top of his head. Next up, grab some red candy melts, and you're just going to dot on some eyes and a mouth. And then to make this even cuter, you want to add on a little white sprinkle before the candy coating sets. Now let's make Snorlax. For Snorlax, you're going to take a little ball of white fondant and then just roll it out. I'm using a cup here because I couldn't find my rolling pin, and I still don't know where it is actually, so family, if you're watching this, please let me know. Anyways, you can see I've just cut out a little circle shape, then I'm taking my knife and cutting a little V shape at the top. Then we're going to grab our Snorlax donut and just stick this on. Looking good. Now we're just going to grab some black candy melts and just add on his facial details. Snorlax has probably the easiest face to draw on. It's just like literally 3 lines, so it's pretty simple. Oh, actually I lied. This is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines because he's got little teeth too, and that's all there is to it. Now we're going to work on Clefairy. First off, you're going to make the tips of the ears brown. I'm just using some chocolate candy melts for this. Then I'm going to pop on a little sprinkle at the top for the little puff on the head. Then I'm going to grab some more candy melts and create some ovals for the eyes. And pop on a little sprinkle for the little shiny part. Clefairy also has this kind of like eye parenthesis things. I don't know if they're like wrinkles from taking care of too many Pokemon. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to put that on. And then finish it off by adding on the mouth and cheeks. And that's it. For Bulbasaur, you just want to take some darker green and then just create this kind of geometric shapes. Some triangles, some trapezoids, rhombuses, parabolas, whatever you want to make. Next up, you want to grab some white candy melts and then just create 2 triangles for the eyes. Now you're going to grab some black candy melts and add on the nostrils, along with the smile. And I just noticed when I was filming this video, the smile is actually basically a curly brace. Not sure why that happened. Maybe it's like a computer science joke. I don't know. Anyways though, now I'm going to add on some more green spots. And then fill in the eyes with red. Before the candy coating sets, you also want to add in that white sprinkle in the center though. And repeat for the other eye. So cute. Now let's make my favorite Pokemon, Psyduck. You just want to take some white fondant and then kind of form it into a shield shape by pinching the fondant. Then press that onto your donut. And then grab some white candy coating to create the eyes. Then use black candy coating to dot on the eyeballs. And the nostrils. And the hair too. All kinds of things. Alright, we'll just finish him up. And now our Psyduck is looking good. Moving on to our Poliwag. I'm sorry my hand is totally covering the whole donut here, but you're just going to create that spiral in the center. And then add on 2 eyes. For the mouth, add on a pink sprinkle, and that's all there is to it. Now let's make Meowth. This is one of the most complicated ones, and it's also my least favorite one that I've made. But anyways, it's pretty cute still. I added on those pink little triangles for the ears, and then I'm going to outline them with some black candy coating. Next up, I added on that little gold forehead bling there, and that's just some yellow fondant. I don't know who designs these Pokemon. I don't have names for any of these parts. Next up, I'm going to grab some black candy coating and just create little tadpole shapes for his eyes. Funny story, I originally wanted to make the actual Meowth eyes, and then I tried that, and this looks so terrifying, I decided to scrap that idea. But now we just have a smiling Meowth. Then I'm going to grab some pink candy coating and just create his happy little mouth. I also added a little black line at the top of his mouth. It looked kind of like it was there in the pictures of him. This really didn't add anything though, so you know, you can skip this part. And that's all there is to it. And then last but definitely not least, we're gonna make Pikachu. I'm just taking some black candy melts and just creating these little black tips on his ears. I'm also going to dot on his eyeballs. And then before the candy coating sets, add on these little white sprinkles. Then add on his nose and his happy little mouth. And then of course we can't forget his red cheeks, so just dot those on with some red candy melts. And then go ahead and plate these up, and that's it. Alright guys, our Pokemon donuts are finished now, and these all look so cute. I love how these turned out. I love the little mini size of them and all of their little expressions. I just think that they're so adorable, and they're perfect if you love Pokemon Go, or if you just love Pokemon. I mean, I know when I was growing up, I watched the Pokemon show all the time. It's not even called the Pokemon show, is it? It's just called Pokemon? Anyways though, I just loved Pokemon when I was growing up, and I think these donuts are a super cute and nostalgic way to celebrate Pokemon. And anyways though, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe by clicking right up there. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Snapchat at kawaiisweetweets. I always forget what social media I'm on. I'm really not good at this YouTuber thing. But anyways though, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. You can also find the recipe for these donuts over on kawaiisweetworld.com, and I'll talk to you guys all very soon. Bye guys. Oh, whoops. That was my phone.